You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jason. This is Jim. We are the Code Rad Show. And today we're here to talk about something called the Macra Terror, or as I like to call it, Doctor Who meets Krabby and the Gassers. It's a legendary lost Patrick Troughton episode during my days of Doctor Who fanaticism. Nothing existed of this storyline, and it's only through the miracle of modern day animation they transformed it into an episode of Scooby-Doo. Kind of. I felt like it had a bit of a Scooby-Doo feeling to it, the animation. But yeah, props to them for rescuing something like this. I don't know where they found the audio, but they had the animation matched up with the audio that they had. I'm not sure how complete it was, but we get to see a lost Patrick Troughton episode with a super cool monster.
Yes, indeed. Well, some fans, what they would do, not many, but they would hold their tape recorder to the TV, and they would just audio record the episode. And I think they found 3 people had done it. So I think they basically those 3 fans basically went to the BBC and basically just let them borrow their tapes, their cassette tapes, and just BBC just copied them, and then so at least we have something,
Right. Yeah, in those days before VCRs, yeah, I think I did some audio recordings off my television.
Yeah, before we got a
theme songs and whatnot.
Betamax. Yeah, before we got a Betamax, or VHS. But I'm hoping it'd be nice if one day they would find the full story. But for now, I think animation works just fine, and I guess I couldn't really quite tell researching the story if the Macra, if they were for the live action version, the original version, if they were just if they just got a vehicle and built a crab shape over it and just kind of drove it around, or if they were puppets, or how they did it. But
right, yeah, I was not able to do a huge amount of research. So yeah, I don't know much about the details, but let me see. I don't know. That kind of looks too good to be from a 1960s episode of Doctor Who. I just found this, on a Google search. I mean, in some aspects it does. It looks maybe just like a really great picture of a Doctor Who crab monster model. A picture that was just taken with a great angle and a filter possibly, and with the smoke and everything to make it look kind of realistic and menacing. But then if you look at those eye stalks, you're kind of like, that does look like a Doctor Who monster.
And they're not that's very cool. They're not showing you the bottom. The bottom's kind of blackened out because that might be where the how they kind of drive it around. I think it's
right. Yeah, they sort of like they recycled a Dalek, took the shell off a Dalek, put a giant crab over it, and had like a little guy in a tricycle moving it around.
But yeah, it was just we mentioned this before we went on the air that there's just something very, especially if you blow the picture, make it bigger. There's just something very unsettling about crabs, not eating them, but just say I was at an aquarium this past weekend and just watching a crab move around in the tank, and just something very a little unsettling about it, just the way it moves.
Yeah.
And the legs kind of almost look like very arachnid-like.
Yeah, they're big spiders with shells.
Exactly.
Not poisonous, no web. But,
no,
they are very spider-like, related to spiders, I think. And as if crabs aren't scary enough. You can see this guy's got little claws underneath his mouth. I guess, to help stuff you in his mouth when he's eating you. And got those big claws, and then he's got to be hairy. I mean, a hairy
Yes.
crab, that's too much.
Maybe those are
And
nose hairs.
yeah. And so the stupid earthlings in this show, I guess, colonized the Macra planet.
I guess they did, and some like sooner or later, I guess the Macra sort of I guess was able to force them to produce those gases that they could live on.
Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, it combines, sort of a classic dystopian tale where, you're watching this episode and you can tell, even though people are nice and friendly, you could tell immediately something is weird about it. The guy who's running away, who's supposedly sort of a criminal or insane, you realize he's probably not. He might be the good guy in this story, and the officials that are chasing him and trying to capture him, they're probably the bad guys. So you have that whole element of this strange 1984, Orwellian society, but then you add in giant crab monsters.
Yeah, I gotta say how episode 1 where it starts, you hear that really creepy sound. It's like almost like a do 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 like a heartbeat or something, and then
Right, yeah. I forgot about that now, but yeah, at the time watching it, I was like, yeah, what is that all about, that heartbeat?
and you see Medoc looking very like just like very unhinged. And then when they go to the holiday camp, it's like very happy and very
Mm-hmm.
joyful. But something just you can't help feeling something seems like the way they're talking.
Yeah.
They're almost
Yeah,
like these
there is sort of an
humans.
artificial,
Yeah,
saccharine manner to they're singing songs about how happy and how great everything is, and
we're so happy to work.
yeah, and so I don't I don't want to give away too much of the plot because you know obviously there are monster crabs in it, and I was kind of surprised to find out that the two plots, the dystopian society and the crabs, were pretty closely connected. It wasn't just the crabs weren't just an outside menace. The whole episode tied together quite nicely. It was very interesting.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I personally, I just enjoy the second Doctor a lot more than the first. Yeah, that's really
Yeah,
just
yeah. Now that we've
good.
watched a bunch of episodes, I think it'd be hard to say otherwise. Yeah, I think Patrick Troughton was an upgrade.
Yeah, and I know a lot of old school fans that grew up with William Hartnell. When they made the change, he didn't really resonate with the public right away. It was kind of like a
Oh
slow
yeah.
burn. Yeah, a slow burn, and some people kind of horrified. It's like, and Alan Moore was quoted saying, "It's like, well, I never thought the serial was any good after William Hartnell left," which I don't agree with that at all.
Mm,
I think, yeah, Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee and Tom Baker were just much, much better than William Hartnell. But we didn't grow up with William Hartnell, so um, let's see. Um, but yeah, the way they're talking with each other, the holiday campers, something just seems very like just very
mm.
plastic. They're just too nice. So there's something sinister going on there, and I think the Doctor's the first to figure it out because he's the first one willing to see what Medoc has to say. And then from there, I think he just starts, figuring out the mystery of what exactly is going on here.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I love the Doctor uses an old-fashioned screwdriver in this
Yes,
episode. Did he? I would have thought he had a sonic screwdriver by this point, but maybe not.
not yet, not till the following year.
Okay, so yeah, he's running around with a old-fashioned screwdriver,
Yeah, that's all he needed.
vandalizing, the city that was gracious enough to take them in.
Dismantling all the those I forget where the gas came out or where the speaker was, but it starts just like this voice said, everything is fine, everything is good,
Yeah,
nothing, and then I think he just starts dismantling. I don't
yeah.
know if it was some sort of electric camera or a speaker, but he basically starts destroying them one by one.
I think they were speakers. Yeah, yeah. As everyone, it turns out, in this colony is hypnotized.
Yes. Those that aren't, they're subject to reprogramming, I believe they called it. Yes, it's very a lot of
Yeah.
I think the 60s there were a lot of problems with cults. And maybe that was the same in England too. But yeah,
Oh,
it's very
that's a thought. Yeah.
yeah, it's very very cult like here. Um
Yeah. That's a good point. That's
I think. And also, while the first Doctor is very authoritarian, this Doctor is very anti-authoritarian, where he's saying, "Well, why do you want to be everybody to be the same? Why do you want, why don't you want to question anything?" Why, and we see that here, which I thought was very, very well done.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Patrick Troughton clowned around, sort of little tramp kind of Charlie Chaplin sort of aspect to him.
yes,
The baggy clothes. They really played that up with the animation. I never noticed that so much in watching a Patrick Troughton episode, but with the animation, they really made his outfit not fit well. His belt was
yes,
crooked.
yeah,
He looked, kind of like you know, like a tramp or a hobo.
yeah, like a hobo and then vaudeville comedian.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, I guess Hartnell's clothes were kind of similar. I guess. Well,
Yeah. I mean, what do you make of what's one to make of the way they conceived of the William Hartnell character? I mean, he was an old man, but he had long hair,
yes.
which I don't understand what they were thinking. Like, why would this guy have long hair? I just don't know.
Yeah, no, he definitely wasn't like a hippie or anything like that, but just very,
Yeah.
very authoritarian.
Yes.
But that's how they're, that was from 1963 to 1966, and then from 66 to 69, we see kind of like that's going to start to change. People are starting to question authority more.
Mm.
Um,
Right.
yeah, every
Right.
doctor seems to reflect the times. Um, like with John Pertwee was very, a lot of his episodes dealt with ecology and preserving the environment, and that was a big problem in the 70s was air pollution, water pollution.
Yeah, and yeah. I mean, if we're going to talk about William Hartnell is sort of like the stern grandfather, and Patrick Troughton is sort of a hobo vaudevillian type. Then that would make John Pertwee was just flamboyant,
Yes,
very flamboyant, and by comparison to either of those predecessors.
the fancy car and the fancy clothes.
Right, yeah, oh he had all kinds of cars.
I think he had like we had Bessie.
Bessie was the best, but he also had the Who-mobile.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the one that could fly. And yeah,
Yeah, I love Bessie. I mean, that's Bessie was great,
Bessie
and
was. Yeah,
that was carried over to the Tom Baker years, at least Robot.
yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Um, yeah, this yeah, I'm really hoping that this episode will turn up at some point. Apparently, it wasn't really sent to that many countries.
Mm,
It was sent to Australia, New Zealand, Zambia, which surprised me. I know very little about Zambia. And
yeah, I wonder if that was that a British colony? I don't know.
I guess it must have been, yeah, because a lot of the Doctor Who episodes went up over there, and then
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Hong Kong it was aired over there too, which they have no idea what happened with that
Mm,
recording. But yeah, so maybe some episodes will turn up. Who knows?
yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is back. If anyone is just joining us out of curiosity about giant crabs and old, I mean, back in the day, storage was very expensive. I mean, rent in London to rent a storage facility with these giant videotapes, it was just too prohibitive, and so they copied over the tapes, and probably the tapes themselves were quite expensive.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And
there were. Yeah.
these television tapes are bigger than your VHS tapes, or
Yeah. Like books.
so yeah, they're much bigger. Yeah, like bricks. So they just recorded over them.
Yep.
And so a lot of Doctor Who history is gone. So, I mean, probably my biggest mystery about this is like, I know there's a lot of stuff I've forgotten. Something like this show I've never seen before because it wasn't available back when I was a huge Doctor Who fan.
No,
But
Sam.
let's see. Let me see how I can switch to this. No. All right. So I might have to.
The crab won't move. The crab refuses to move.
Yeah, I have another picture I want to show. Oh, wait, here. Maybe if I remove that one, and then there we go.
Yes.
So yeah, so I found a few pictures from the real TV show. So I guess that's Annika Wills playing Polly.
Yes.
But I swear to God, I read every book there was about Doctor Who back in the day. I do not remember there being an actor named Michael Craze.
Oh yes, that was it Ben Jackson? Ben?
The character's Ben, and it's like you could forget a character named Ben, especially since apparently most of his episodes were lost. But
Yes.
I don't recall ever hearing about Ben, and I definitely don't remember an actor named Ben Craze. That seems like something you would remember. Like Annika Wills, I'm like, yeah, I know exactly who that is. Ben, maybe he didn't do very many episodes. He was only on the show for a year, I guess. But
yeah, I think they both arrived at the same time and they both left at the same time. I think they started on the War Machines. That was the first Doctor story, and then I think they continued on until Evil the Daleks, I believe. Either the Evil Daleks or the Faceless Ones.
All right.
Yeah, I think when they left. But I like your haircut there. That's cool.
Yeah.
Very mod for 60s. Yeah, that's cool.
For sure. Yeah. And yeah, I enjoyed the choice of doing the animation in color. Her dress was they recreated her dress in colors. Yeah, very modish, very 60s. She definitely has that Twiggy look. You can see what imagine they were going for that Carnaby Street 1960s look. And Ben. And Ben is sort of the heel of the episode. He gets hypnotized.
Yes.
He's kind of a villain for part of it.
He sells them out.
Yeah.
What's surprising why the treatment didn't work. It worked on Ben, but didn't work on Jamie or Polly. Is like Ben the least smartest of the three of them, or just
yeah. They didn't have any sort of explanation. He was the only one. I mean, Jamie. There's no way Jamie's going to be hypnotized. Jamie, of course, I remember him very well. The actor's name is Fraser Hines. Very famous part of Doctor Who lore, and went to many conventions. Although I hear this Ben guy, he went to conventions too, but then he died very young. So maybe that's part of the reason why he's less known.
Yeah, I think she's still alive. I think
Annika Wills is still alive.
And but that's a shame that he died so
like
young,
Ian Marter, another male companion. I always liked Harry Sullivan a lot. Quite sad that he died quite young.
Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, I just remember him. Yeah, about him dying. But yeah, big fan of Jamie. Jamie is probably my favorite male companion.
Yeah, Jamie is a very popular companion. So yeah, I think every Doctor Who fan knows him.
Doctor, look at the size of that thing, Doctor. My horrible Scottish accent. Hi, everybody. Sorry. Going stuck crazy.
So, Earthlings colonize a planet of evil crab creatures who I guess returned in the David Tennant years.
Yes, because they're feeding off the exhaust. Gridlock.
Right, I saw that, and I remember bits of it. There's like cat people in that one, right?
Yeah, that was strange, but like it's just like, oh my god, the Macra was there.
And I don't even really remember the Macra being in that, so I must have only watched it once and forgot most of it. But
the one thing I couldn't figure out about the Macra was could they talk, or was it telepathy, or because it sounds like they're speaking. Like, there is no such thing as a Macra. The Macra do not exist. It sounds like it was coming from them, not the pilot or controller.
Yeah, they were communicating somehow. Control or controller, whatever he was called, the big brother. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they were definitely communicating somehow. I guess it must have been telepathically. It's hard to imagine them vocalizing like that.
Then they get blown up.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't really have any hesitance to kill these monsters, even though they were intelligent and humanity encroached on their planet. It seemed like, but yeah, you can't stand for that, hypnotizing everyone, and
No, it's not right.
yeah, they had to die.
And singing really bad songs and
Yeah.
acting so cheerful all the time and
Yes.
having
Yes.
weird dance offs and just like yeah. What's
All
that
right.
dance? All right.
Yeah. Do you have? I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about. You got anything else to add?
I don't think so. No, I think I definitely maybe I'll post a link of the episode so people out there can watch the episode and see what they think. But even though it's if you only know the classic or the newer series, I would definitely give this a chance because it's just very well written. I think it's mostly very well acted. It's a shame, we don't have the original footage, but I think this animation works very well, and I think Patrick Troughton with his face, it's always still animated, but I
Mm,
think the animation, I think they were able to capture that pretty well here.
yeah. Yeah. It's a real treat to be able to see these episodes. I would have been doing backflips if these came out when I was a teenager.
Yeah, same.
Now, I'm not as much of a Doctor Who fan as I was, but it's a treat to definitely get to revisit these things that we had thought, was lost forever. So
Yeah, still exists in some form. So, and
this is my first time watching an animated version of an old serial. So yeah, it was great.
no, I liked it too. I thought it was very well done, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Um, and again, I think eventually they will find more missing episodes. I don't think they're going to find all of them, but um, I wish I could help it. But I wish I could help in the search, but I don't think there's any here in the U.S. Very
Yeah.
unlikely. So, yeah, but
Yeah. I mean, poor Patrick Troughton. He was hit the
yeah,
hardest. He only had a handful of episodes survive.
yeah, it's a shame. It's like you
I,
have all this body of work out there, and nobody can see it.
yeah, it's too bad.
But
Probably, lost a lot of residuals. It can't repeat his episodes since they were lost. He probably lost a lot of money from that.
he probably did. And also, didn't he did well for 'cause I think he held it a couple times
Hmm.
until they kind of upped his pay. It's still BBC salary, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's still good, decent pay. But again, also probably didn't get any residuals for the VHS sales either. Probably.
Mm.
So he
All
died, I
right.
think, in 1987. So yeah, he
Oh,
actually
really? That long ago?
yeah, it's funny. Both John Pertwee and Patrick Troughton both died at conventions in the USA.
Mm.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
I don't blame Tom Baker not wanting to come here. So I don't blame him. Just like, man, just stay in England. So
Yeah.
stay where you are. Don't come. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Our little
Everybody.
exploration of classic Doctor Who. We'll be
Yep.
back soon. Thank you, Jim.
All right. Thank you, Jason. Take
All
care.
right.
We'll see you guys again. And for now, take care.
Bye, everybody.